Hi, this is a guide to setting up the Awakening Overlay app for broadcasts. It's the overlay on the bottom corners of the screen that shows people's awakenings, as seen on Bestie and Slot's broadcasts. What the app does, it's a Python app. It reads log files, it uploads that info to a Google spreadsheet. You do some manual entry on the spreadsheet at the start of a game, and then the spreadsheet creates a graphic overlay, and you connect that to OBS. Okay, here's the setup, and hopefully it takes 5 to 10 minutes and you never have to do this ever again. So step 1 is make a copy of this spreadsheet. This link is in the description. This is the file structure of the app once you've extracted the zip file. The .env file. This is functionally a text file. Open it up with Notepad or any text editor. And we have to change some variables in it. Spreadsheet ID. Set the spreadsheet ID to this underlined part of its spreadsheet URL that you own. And it's going to be in between these two slash marks after the D. And every copy of a spreadsheet has a different URL, so don't use this one here. Sheet name. Set this line to upload. Upload is just the name of the individual sheet. This tells the app which of these to upload to, so it's this one. Next, go to this website. The URL will be in the description. Click this button. It lets the app know that you want to give them access to the selected sheet. Continue. And yeah, here you would share the Awakening overlay sheet. And make sure you've selected the right one, and it should link you to the one you just selected. So next, we're going to go over testing mode. I suggest you go through it, but if you're really lazy, then you don't have to. But yeah, let's just do testing mode. Testing mode. Test log flag equals true. For now, set this to true. When we're finished setting this up, remember to set this to false instead. I'll put down a reminder later on. Testing mode is for debugging. It's useful to reproduce a bug, or if you want to try out the app without having the game open. This is you right now. Test log file path. We're using testing mode, so we need to tell the app what file on your PC to look at. To find your log files, press Windows plus R, paste this text in, and click OK. This is going to be in the description for you to copy paste. Pick one of these log files. Pick a log file that contains a game from start to finish. This app will only work with games that are 3v3. Right-click and select Copy as Path. And that's what you set the file path to. And make sure to delete the double quote strings that you copied into here. And make sure it's only single quotes. Okay, this is the end of testing mode setup. Make sure you save changes to the .env file, Control S. Go to your folder where the project is and double click Awakening Overlay Uploader. When you run this app, this consent screen will pop up. Continue with your Google account. This is called the OAuth consent screen. And this should only pop up the first time you run the app. The next time you run the app, it should remember and will skip this step. And this is what you should see, is a command line, and it's kind of spooky. You might be wondering why it's going so fast, but that's expected in testing mode. It just goes through the log file as quick as it can. And we can see that it's uploading as we speak. So now that we've confirmed that the app runs well, go back to your .env file and set the test log flag to false. With this set to false, the app will now automatically read the game logs of the current active OmegaStrikers session. You don't have to mess with test log file path at all once you set the flag to false. You need to have the game running before you start the uploader app. If you don't have it open, it'll tell you to have the game open first. You might find it convenient to make a shortcut for this app. So right-click on it, and it'll pop up as an option. Everything should be working in terms of the app. And if this doesn't happen, try to redo the tutorial. And if that doesn't work, then DM Pismitis on Discord. And this is what it's uploading. If you're in testing mode, the app will eventually close itself, but don't worry, it won't close in the middle of a game. Okay, now all that's left is the spreadsheet and OBS. So on this page, on the cont page, we have to set these things up properly. So who is playing Zentaro, who is playing Drakkar, who is playing Atlas, now X and Amy, and you'll just use these drop downs. So that's probably Bells. Yeah, you just have to look at your game to figure out who's who. And what this does, it creates a graphic on this page, and we're going to connect this graphic to OBS. Okay, so let's connect OBS to the graphic. Go to Sources, click Browser. The name should be something like Blue Team Awakenings. This will look a bit wonky just because I'm doing this at the same time I'm recording. Set width and height to 1920 by 1080. If it's too small, it's inconvenient. And then go to the sheet. Make sure you navigate to graphic and then copy this URL. Paste it here. Okay, so what you should be seeing is this thing, and it's asking you to log in with a Google account. And this is what I see. To interact with this, go to Blue Team, and then click on Interact, and then you'll see a pop-up window. Yeah, and this is just a browser, so you can click on it and you can log in. So I'm just going to cut to me having logged in. Okay, great. And then exit out. And now we're going to zoom in, and yeah, this is what we see. And to crop, hold the Alt key and then left click on the border, and that lets you crop. And that's the basic idea. And put this in the lower left corner, and then you would add a new source and do it for red team. That's all the setup that you need to do. Some limitations are that the app won't open unless you have OmegaStrikers open, or if you are in testing mode. The app only uploads if the match has 6 players, but if someone requests a 2v2 or a 1v1 app, I can make that. And Windows, if something doesn't work, DM me, and if applicable, send me the logs if it's a bug. And you have blanket permission to change the graphic. And if it's a good mock-up, then you can probably ask Bestie and Slot Staff to try to create it for you. Yeah, I've also created a version of this app that skips uploading to Google Sheets, and it creates a local text file, and it puts information in there. So if you want something really custom, then that's probably how you should do it. But there's no graphic overlay component to that version of the app. Yeah, you can technically use this for solo queue, but it would just be annoying to spend like 5 or 10 seconds each game to do the manual entry. Okay, that's everything. See ya.